What's up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about what not to do with a DSG transmission. And before we start, I want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get down to it. So the first one is, when you're in an incline, keep your foot on the brake. The only time you should take your foot off that brake if you have full intention to move. Main reason why is that if you take your foot off that brake, and an incline especially, you are putting a lot of load on the transmission just to inch forward, and you're creating unnecessary wear and tear to your transmission, to your clutches, really. So unless you're actually willing to move forward, it's a bad habit to constantly take your foot off the brake in the incline, and even worst case scenario, sometimes it will disengage and roll back a little bit. Sometimes it'll catch itself. I had that little bad habit before, and I had to stop it quickly because it was not safe, but it was also bad for the transmission. And it's not wise to create unnecessary wear and tear to your clutches. So the second one pretty much relates to the first tip, which is do not make the habit of inching forward. I know when you're in traffic and you're eager to get to where you need to be, and every time you see that little space you just want to take it. And I get it, it makes you have that weird sensation or idea that you're gonna get there sooner. But for a DSG, or just like a manual transmission, when you're constantly inching forward, that's constantly engagement and disengagement, engagement and disengagement, engagement and disengagement. That is actually unnecessary wear to your clutches. That's not a good habit to have. Do not do it, guys, trust me. So the third thing that you should not do is basically do not downshift while you're accelerating. I don't know why this has to be said, but there are times where some people, either accidents or probably even intentionally, will downshift while you're accelerating. I don't know if you heard the term money shift. Where someone will go from, like, say for example, I don't know, that's supposed to be from like third to fourth, but they accidentally go to second or some wild shit like that. You don't want that. You do not want that to happen. You know what I mean? So keep in mind, when you decide to put it into we decide to downshift but you're speeding up, now you're putting significantly stress to the transmission, and you know, bad things happen. So just be mindful of what you're doing. So if you're accelerating and you're actually increasing the speed, you want to upshift to a higher gear, right? But if you're going to downshift when you're slowing down, you need to downshift. You know, simple as that, right? So the next thing you should not do is constantly launching your car. It's kind of cool, I know it's badass, I know it's fun, I know it's exciting and everything, but when you launch your car, you're creating significant amount of stress. Granted, if you have like a built transmission that could take that kind of stress, even that could create unnecessary wear and tear to your transmission, to your basically your drivetrain. You do not want to do that. If you have an all-wheel drive car or rear-wheel drive car, you're also putting significant stress on your diff. It's cool, you know, once in a blue moon to do do a dig or two, but after that, it's not a good habit to have. You will destroy your transmission. And the last one. So the last one should be a given. Keep up with your maintenance. Be on top of your maintenance. It's very important to do that. A lot of people tend to forget these little things, and they will be quick to mod their cars, and they'll start doing like outrageous stuff like I mentioned earlier, launching it, and then things start to give out, and then they're wondering why the hell this happened, and they'll say all kind of bad things like Volkswagen is not reliable, they're just some, you know, they're pieces of shit, whatever the case may be. But guys, this is not your Honda, this is not a Toyota. You know what I'm saying? These cars are a little bit more finicky, and they need to be on top of their maintenance if you want them to give you the best quality and performance that you feel like you deserve, right? A lot of us tend to feel like we skip a couple oil changes or two. When when it comes to the DSG, you need to be on top of that. In fact, Volkswagen recommend you to change these at every 40,000 miles. For me, especially if I drive this thing hard more often than usual, I tend to change them around 30,000 miles. And I tend to drive this car harder than usual almost all the time. So I highly recommend, guys, to be on top of it, especially if you want to have this transmission for a very long time. I think it's very important that you stay on top of it. My best opinion about these transmissions is that you just gotta take care of them, and you gotta know how to take care of them too. Because, like I said, these transmissions are pretty cool. They're pretty advanced for what they are, and if you don't keep up with these things, then they will fall apart, and you don't want that. So, with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace.